I'm John Meyer, CEO of Blue Microphones. The company was started in about 1995. Blue is an interesting mix of quality, performance, and technology, but with a shout out to the people that are using the product. So there's an inspiration in the design, the look, the feel, the colors, the names. To me, those things shouldn't be separated. We're making professional recording studio microphones. Now you can see I have a handheld microphone here that we also do for live. And we've branched out in more recent years into the digital area. So we're doing microphones for laptops and iPhones to do all kinds of types of recordings. One of the things we should talk about at the show here is the new Essential series. That product line kind of came organically throughout the years. There's a pad control, but there's also a high pass filter. And it basically allows you to have more control when you're at the point of recording. There's so many setups these days where you're getting a great recording, but all of a sudden you've got an overdriven microphone and you don't have the setup to deal with it. We've tried to put something in the microphones that give it that kind of control, the ability for you to actually get a much better source recording and then go back later and post and play around with editing and effects. But you've got a great recording to start with, as opposed to dealing with an overdriven section of a tune and now you're kind of stuck. You can't fix that. It's already there. So yeah, it gives it much more control, much more ability to sort of customize to the source, as opposed to sort of hoping and trusting that the mic is going to work its magic without those controls. We kind of stuck with the original, more retro design of the products, but it sort of fine-tuned it a little bit, so again, they felt a little bit more like a family. Being developed at different times was kind of the right way to do it. But now they're sort of our good, better, best in the channel, from $199, $299, $399. And we felt it was sort of confusing to have 3 different logos, 3 different boxes, 3 different sort of accessory packs. So from a retail standpoint, I think it makes way more sense. You still get the cool, old, retro, modern vibe from Blue, but it just feels like sales guys are going to have a way better time talking about which one of these works better for the customer, price point, and feature set.
Hi, I'm Steve Curto, the National Sales Manager for MXL. We're here in Nashville for Summer NAMM, and I'd like to show you a couple of the key products that we are showing in our partner Hal Leonard's booth. We'll start over here with a brand new kind of design for a guitar microphone. This is called the DX2, and if I can show you this, it's a very interesting design of a microphone with 2 capsules. There's a smaller condenser capsule in this, and a larger one for picking up mids and lows. And then the dial, which allows you to bring the custom tone to your recording or the live situation just by turning that. So you're basically dialing between the 2 diaphragms of the microphone. You see that it's got a flat back, so it basically just hangs on the speaker cabinet itself. This microphone is revolutionary sounding and kind of eliminates the need for having 2 separate inputs to a mixing board and the live engineer having to dial between the 2 of them. So look for this guy in the coming months to be extremely high profile and a great solution that pretty much the industry hasn't addressed before this time. Over on kind of the business side of things, or that emerging USB microphone part of the market, this is called an AC404 boundary mic. And what makes this unique is that it's got about a 180-degree pickup pattern and goes directly into a computer for basic Skype, video conferencing, audio conferencing. That's just going to sit on the middle of the table and be able to pick up all the voices in a pretty relatively balanced manner around the table. So the AC44 is a perfect solution for a boardroom. Sit on the table, everybody takes turn talking, and then you're Skyping across to your business associates on the other side of things. And we have basically a family of microphones called the CR series microphones. There is one dynamic microphone called the CR77, and we see that is the pill-shaped mic, kind of a retro look for the live performer to have something that looks a little bit different on stage. CR89 is a very low noise, large condenser diaphragm microphone. That guy is absolutely stellar for acoustic instruments, especially stringed instruments. So a very, very low noise transformer, an extremely nice, clear, articulate sound. You can hear all the strings, all the pickup, all the picking motions. So that's just a wonderful microphone to really zone in on your acoustic instruments. Come over here to the CR30. This also a large diaphragm condenser. This guy is really beautiful for vocals. Cardioid pattern, condenser mic. The prices of these microphones are amazingly affordable for the quality of sound that you get. So the CR30, stellar vocal mic. CR21, this is a pencil pair. So these are the smaller diaphragm condensers, can be used for a variety of applications. On top of drum kits to get kind of the ambient sound of the kit, spread out in the room for just basic room miking. These could be really direct also inside of, right near the hole of a guitar, so you're doing very directional type recording. So they're really quite a utility type microphone. So beautiful promotion going on. This is international and nationally, where if you buy a CR89, you get your choice of a CR30 or a pair of CR21s for free. So you can look to any of your retailers for that on their websites. Hal Leonard is endorsing this promotion. So it's an end user mail-in rebate. Couldn't be easier. You buy the CR89, you go mail in your proof of purchase, and you get a second mic worth $200 or $250 as just a value-added bonus.
So this is Henry French with Solomon, here to talk to you about some of our new offerings this year, as well as talking about the low freak we've had in market for quite a bit. And for Summer NAMM 2017, we're bringing out a whole new product, a new solution for cajon, as well as a new low freak model, the new Daru version of the low freak. We have the low freaks as you've seen them before. These low freaks back here, you have our standard models, which of course are the black, the trooper, and the white. And over here on the right is the new Daru, which as you can see, the new black gator finish, silver accents. And what we're doing differently with this model this year, and probably for a little bit, is we're actually gonna make the package a little bit smaller. We're not gonna put the drum bag, the gig bag in there. So map-wise, it's gonna go to $199. It's gonna put it on par with the rest of the other low freaks. The big thing we're introducing this year would be the Puck Cajon pickup. People expected a mic from us, but we're about solving a problem. And the problem was how to take care of reproducing the sound of a cajon in a live and in a studio situation. Feedback has been an issue, and certainly the isolation of the instrument in the context of others has been an issue as well. So what we did was come up with a tactile transducer, which you see over here. This guy mounts directly to the structure, and in doing so, you get your sound, your source, directly off of the structure, which gives you 30% more headroom, number one. It gives you better isolation from the other instruments around you. In order to feedback or get other noise interfering with your initial signal, it has to get into the structure and then back into the mic. Thereby, you get it's an easier time to get just the actual cajon player. It also mounts in under 10 seconds. It's a big selling point for the simple fact that in the past, you'd have to grab a couple mics, put them on stands, throw them around the instrument itself. This will mount in the sound hole. You literally place it in the sound hole, squeeze the L bracket to give it some compression, and tighten the thumb screw. It's right over here. This L bracket right up here, you literally tighten it up and set it in the sound hole. As long as the contact plate is making good contact with that back, the back plate, the back side of the cajon, you're getting good contact, and you're going to get a dynamic, it's not a condenser and it's not a piezo, it is a dynamic signal coming off of it. About a 5-foot cable that ends in a 1/4 inch. Why does it end in a 1/4 inch? We want cajon players to be treated like acoustic players. Acoustic player shows up at the gig, the engineer just hands him a DI. What we want is the cajon player to show up and say, just give me a DI. Plug right into the DI and you're good to go, but it also opens up the possibilities of pedals. Now we have the chance, we can add a looper at the end of your cajon. We can add reverb, delay, certainly an EQ pedal would be a good option. And all these things open up that puts the choices of what's gonna happen with your sound into the cajon player's hands. That's a very important thing. Control of the instrument is back in the player's hands. You're not at the mercy of whatever mics were left over from the whole situation there.
So one thing I wanted to talk about is our new Raspberry microphone. What's great about Raspberry is It's smaller and more portable than probably any professional device we've ever made, but also works both for USB and iOS. So it's really kind of the Swiss Army knife of microphones. Great sounding, beautiful capsule inside. And what we're doing is we're making a studio version of this. They'll be available through Hal Leonard this summer. So for the price of $229, you get the product, you get the carry case, the carry bag, but you also get some great recording software from PreSonus and from Isotope, not unlike what we do with the Yeti Studio Bundle and the Snowball Studio Bundle. So look for that over the summer. It's been a great product for us already, and we think it's going to do really well for you guys.
But Leonard Marshall is the founder of Marshall Electronics and, of course, the microphone division MXL, which has been bringing microphones to the U.S. market for over 25 years. And the uniqueness of the MXL line is that recording microphones, tube microphones, condenser microphones used to belong to a very upper class niche and frankly very expensive class of microphones from a lot of German technology, a lot of Russian technology. That all changed when Leonard started bringing microphones to the US. And that same type quality that was really in a very unapproachable price range for a lot of musicians and people just playing day to day and recording day to day came down market, and hence MXL microphones had that pristine quality at a fraction of the cost because it was now coming to the US through a different channel. Quality at a price point that used to cost 3 to 4 times more, and then the diversity of mics from ribbon, large diaphragm and small diaphragm condenser to dynamic microphones, and now of course the emerging world of digital and USB microphones.